When thinking about what types of things you need to consider when selecting a U.S. immigration lawyer, there are some important parts to consider when making that decision. First of all, you need to make sure that the individual actually is licensed to practice law in the United States. They need to be licensed by the state in which they have set up their business. And so for immigration law, if you receive a license to practice law in any of the 50 United States, you can service clients in any of those states because U.S. immigration law is federal law. So for example, our law firm has licenses from California and the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. But we have clients in nearly 50 states. So we help clients set up anywhere in the United States. We have clients based, again, nearly in every state in the US, but we're licensed in California and DC. You just need to be licensed in at least one state. So make sure that the individual actually is a lawyer and that they're licensed. And there are ways to check on licenses. Each state has its own website, and they can provide you guidance on how to check the actual valid status and make sure that the individual has the proper license to practice law in that state or in the United States at large. Another important part to consider when looking at what type of immigration counsel to select is the experience in dealing with whatever immigration matter you're looking at. For example, if you're looking at an investor visa, you need to make sure that the individual has helped people go through this process before. Some immigration lawyers do not handle employment or investment visas at all. They only focus on family-based immigration. Other immigration lawyers only focus on asylum or deportation cases. And there are other firms that only do investment or business immigration. Some firms do cover various types of immigration, for example, family and business, but maybe they don't do asylum or deportation cases. So you need to make sure that the individual or the law firm attorney has the experience in that particular area that you're looking for. And I think the third factor to look at is just make sure that you actually can have access to the lawyer or to the attorney that you're going to be working with. Because sometimes some law firms will intake cases, but you'll never actually speak to the lawyer. You'll speak to a paralegal or supporting staff, but really on some of these cases they can be quite complicated and complex, and you need to make sure you have access to the actual individual who's the attorney filing your case. Just a few things to consider when looking at immigration counsel for your particular situation.